What it do, y'all?
What's going on?
Happy episode 9. We about to get it recording, get it popping.
Yes.
Y'all ready?
Let's do this.
We ready. What it do?
What's going on, peeps?
How are y'all doing?
Hopefully, well. Hopefully your week is going good.
Yes.
All that
jazz.
Right.
All that spirit fingers.
All that jazz. There used to be a program they did at the zoo called Animals and All That Jazz. Random.
Did they play jazz music or?
They did. They played jazz music at the zoo.
Did they make the animals like dance?
Negative. The
like
animals were just there. So you go see the animals and listen to jazz.
Pull out whips.
I can't do
Dance to jazz music. Hippo.
Cue the music shouting. That is not the beginning. What always do that?
He's okay. It's because it wasn't lined up, so I just...
Why the music never lined up?
Because I don't know how long we're going to be. It's based on the last one we did.
Oh.
I can't just line it up because I don't know how long we're going to talk.
Cue the music shouting. Alright. Welcome back to the Let's Make Out podcast, where we make out all things
love, life, and laughter.
You guys. So
we also, you know what, speaking of that, we also have a clothing brand called Love, Life, and Laughter.
Yes, we do.
So it's over at gaybibtv.com.
It's true.
So check it out over there.
We have a few t-shirt designs. We have some more coming soon.
That's right. But that's where you can also find out more about the podcast and everything else Gabe and Babe. So you can go over to gaybibtv.com, like I said. You can go to YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for Let's Make Out Podcast. And then Twitter is Let's Make Out Pod. Did I forget anything?
I don't think so, but I wasn't really listening either. So you know, somebody's talking and you kind of like checked out. Mm-hmm.
She does this on the phone all the time. I look at her and somebody's talking to her, and she'd be like, "Oh, okay."
I was thinking of
like,
something in my head as you were talking, and then you asked me a question. I wasn't expecting to be asked the question. It wasn't like active listening.
That's hilarious.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I think you covered everything.
No, actually, I didn't know.
Check the description box.
I didn't, because people were asking for Spotify. And Gabriel, actually, I don't know if it's on there, but you added the link, didn't you, to go to Spotify?
Yeah, but it's not on there yet, so there's no sense in talking about it yet.
It's not on there yet. It's not on there yet, so never mind. Disregard.
You guys, oh my goodness, let me tell you, it's like 20 minutes before I have a phone call, and I was like...
21 minutes.
We do not have enough time to do this podcast because it's not going to be 20 minutes. Then I'm like, as soon as we get started talking, it's going to be time for me to take the call. So if I look or sound like I'm discombobulated, it's because I am.
It's because she is. And she needs to get over it. Get over her life right now.
I don't like doing this rushed. And then I don't like chopping it up either. And baby's like, what difference does it make? I'm like, I don't know, it makes a difference to me.
Little does she know, I'm actually going to chop and screw this entire episode. So it's going to sound like, what up?
No, it's not.
Chopped and screw. Y'all remember chop and screw?
I'm done with you. Chop and screw.
You remember that? But yeah, look, I always tell Gabriel, don't sweat the small stuff. Don't stress. Get over yourself. I love you. Let's
get your
do it.
life. I love you too, but get your life.
All right.
So how's your week been?
My week has been, I don't know, it's been such a blur.
Yeah. I guess week/weekend.
Yeah, week/weekend. It's been just such a blur. It's been awesome.
It's been good, but it's just a lot going on.
A lot going on, and it's just been like it's just a blur. It was like my last 5-6 days.
It's been a blur.
It's been a blur.
Yeah.
It's been so much fun though.
So I went out of town and I went to the My Taught You retreat. If any of you are familiar with Myleik Teal, the founder of Curlbox, she put on this retreat and I went and it was amazing. Like absolutely amazing. Black girl magic. Everything that I could have imagined and more. And,
which I'm happy to hear because she is so excited.
I'm so excited to go. Like this is something that's been in the works for over a year.
You applied over a year ago, right?
I applied in December of 2016.
It's crazy.
Paid in December of 2016. So like before I got pregnant, everything like So I've been looking forward to this forever, and I'm really, really glad that I went. I almost didn't go, but I'm glad that I did. So
yeah, and I encouraged her. Like, she told me that she was like, I decided I'm not going to go. And she had already kind of almost made a step in that direction. I was like, but, well, I mean, I can handle. I got this. So
shout out to Babe for being Mr. Mom this weekend.
So I pushed her to go as well. So because she deserves that. I mean, she's a hard worker. And, you know, at the end of the day, it don't matter what anybody else got to say. I mean, it's our family.
The family is good. Yeah, and I pumped like a crazy lady to make sure that baby girl had everything that she needed, and I did good with my estimations too.
Baby girl ate fine.
Yeah, we had like what, 2 ounces left of milk?
No, we had
3 ounces.
We had 5 ounces left.
5 ounces.
5 ounces
okay.
left. But no, just amazing. I mean, she did a great job. And then, but let's even talk about this stuff. Why is in today's age, 2018, people don't think that fathers can take care of their kids? Is that what it is?
You know what? This is a great conversation to have, because why are there so many stereotypes?
Like, why is a father considered a babysitter, not a parent?
It's like when people are like, so where are your kids? With their dad.
With the other half of their being.
It's just amazing to me that people are like, oh, with their dad? And I'm like, yeah, he can handle it. Is it just that as a society we're so used to men not being hands-on?
Yeah, exactly.
That they can't be.
I don't know.
Like, is it taboo for them to be left with 2 kids for 3 days? Like, I don't feel like that's taboo.
I don't think. I mean, it's for one, regardless if I mean, it's a blessing to be able to do it, but either way, it's my job.
Right.
Like, they're my kids.
Oh, so, you know, like, I don't know if anybody has ever experienced that. So you go somewhere and they're like, oh, well, where are your kids? I'm like, with their dad. Oh, he's babysitting? No, he's doing his job as dad. Like,
he's a co-owner.
Like, he created this with me.
Yes, she didn't create it by. So it just blows my mind, and I think that's something that men, if you're listening, we got to change that view. Mm-hmm. We got to change that feeling that our beautiful, strong women have. If they feel like their men can't take care of their kids, then it's probably us
making them feel
it's the men's fault. We got to do better. So let's do better, and know that our responsibility is to be just as much of a parent and provider and diaper changer, feeder, whatever you can do.
Yes.
It's a 50-50 relationship when it comes to parenting. Like, so men, we gotta do better.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Let's break the stereotype.
Yeah, because it's sad that people are so surprised. Like, and then you get all this praise, which is, it's fine to praise, men for what they're doing and stepping up, but also it's like, is somebody praising you because you go to work every day? Like, that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so that's your job.
Yeah. So for me, it was a blessing. I'm so happy I got to do it because. I mean, and here's the thing. I wasn't sitting at home like praying, like, when's Gabriel going to get home? Oh my Lord, please!
Good,
I ran errands. I took Chad Jr. to a birthday party.
Yeah.
I went and did things.
Baby girl was sleeping all night.
She slept 10, 11 hours. Look. So all I'm saying is just that men, let's work together to break this feeling that our great women have that we can do it.
Yeah.
Let's break that stereotype and let's show them that we can do it because it's our job, and you should also understand it's a blessing to have children. And,
absolutely.
And I was just so excited to be able to be that, be that provider for Reagan because, while she's breastfeeding, I can't throw her a breast.
You should.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but I can do what else I can do, so that was cool.
What if men produce milk like women when we all got pregnant, together. So why don't this be a joint situation? That would be really awkward though, right?
Be interesting.
That would be a little awkward.
So that was just that was off topic for a second.
Thank you for being Mr. Mom. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for allowing me to, and just
or Mr. Dad. You ain't gotta be Mr. Mom. You was Dad. Thank you for being
Dad. Daddy daycare.
Daddy daycare.
But yeah, that's
held it down.
Yeah, I had a blast. So
and thank you for pushing me to go, because
absolutely.
I almost didn't go because I knew that there was going to be backlash. I knew people were going to be talking crazy. And that's exactly what happened, but
it's okay.
It's such as life. Like, you don't have to agree with me.
Look, y'all know the statement that that opinions are like something. Everyone has one. So it's like one of those things, where opinions are great, judgment's not.
I think that's what it is.
But at the same time, it doesn't matter. Like, for us, we know what we're doing. We holding it down.
Yeah.
Kids are great, and our marriage is great. Life is great. Podcast number 9 is great so far.
So funny.
So
just I was trying to make a point, but babe just kept talking, so I don't remember what I was trying to say.
I don't remember either.
No, because you don't know. Anyway, I was just going to say something about the mom shaming and the judgment. Like, think about it. Before you are so quick to make your comment or your judgment or whatever, like, how are you affected, first of all? And then, are you saying your comment or whatever you're saying in love? Because it's one thing to disagree and lovingly disagree and just be like, hey, I wouldn't do it, but you know what, do you? But then it's another thing to be rude and judgmental and name calling and shaming. Like, moms, we go through a lot. So it's like, why do we put
why tear each other
so
down?
much more on each other? Why tear each other down? You know what I'm saying? Like, we should be there to support each other and lift each other up. Like, just keep that in mind, because I said something on my Instagram, and normally I try not to address negativity, but it's just like the mom shaming has to stop.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. We're going through enough trying to parent children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let's just be there for each other.
That's a whole nother subject, but the amount of
love,
the amount of
and support
is amazing.
Great.
But the amount of scrutiny that women give women
is ridiculous.
The women on women scrutiny is unbelievable.
Why are we so hard on each other?
Why are women so hard on each other? That's just something that we gotta fix, man.
Yeah.
We gotta fix. You guys should love each other, uplift each other.
Absolutely.
So there's our little tangent. Thanks for listening. Peace out. No,
that's not what the podcast is supposed to be about, but hey. Yeah, one more thing. Self-care is paramount. So there are new moms out there, or just moms in general. You have to have time for you. So don't ever let anyone make you feel bad for taking time for you, okay? Because it is necessary in order for you to pour into your children, into your family, into your household. You have to make sure you're well taken care of. So don't ever let anybody make you feel bad if you need some time for you to do what you need to do. So
absolutely,
that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah.
So today
we were going to talk about something a little bit lighthearted. We got in deep, but now we're back to lighthearted.
I know, we're supposed to go there.
But hey, we want to talk about, there's a question we got. So we got the topics. So again, thanks for sending all the topics in. This one actually was one of the first ones, one of the first few we got.
Yeah. It's so funny.
So here's the question. When you are talking to your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend over the phone, is it still cheating? No physical contact.
That's an interesting question.
Interesting question. So meaning, if you're talking to your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, cheating means that you're dating someone. Like, so you're not single talking to them. You're actually in a relationship with somebody.
Right, if you're in a relationship.
And you're still communicating with your exes.
Yes.
So
what are you...
This is an interesting dynamic here, because it's an interesting dynamic. So I don't have contact with any of my exes or anything like that. Gabrielle actually has, but I'm friends. Like, I'm cool with some of them. So but she has contact. She doesn't talk to them at all, pretty much. But she has contact with some of her exes. Yeah. One, because she just never changed her number, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
I don't think that has anything to do with it, though. Never changing my number.
But she just doesn't have
But I don't have. I'm one of those types of people. I don't have what is it that I'm trying to say? Like, bad blood between people. Like, people from my past, you know, like my exes, there's no bad blood there. So it's not like we homies, we talking every day, but you know, if we happen to talk on the phone or they call to catch up or see how I'm doing, that happens. And some of my exes are like my friends, so you know, we have developed a friendship.
But I think what came with that though is that your relationships, there was an ending conclusion,
right?
Like, and then it turned into a friendship.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, like I'm not still talking to the exes that are still trying to be doing something.
Yeah.
Like, we ain't doing that, because that's not acceptable. Okay? Like, if this ex is still trying to be with me, then we don't have anything to talk about. But like, you know, a lot of my exes, we still cool. Like, I still support. I have an ex that's a rapper. I still support their shows. Babe goes. He's met him. They're cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is. I had an ex at my wedding. Like, I don't know. I'm just weird like that.
No,
a lot of people aren't like that. And a lot of people are like, when we're done, we don't have anything to talk about. But I've just never been that type of person. Have you ever looked at it, though, like, as cheating? Or did it make you feel uncomfortable? Like, was it difficult to get used to? Like, I don't know.
Well, you know, not really. I mean, I'm not a jealous person.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, it was just never I trust Gabrielle. I mean, so again, it always goes back to communication and then trust. So we communicate well, and I trust her. Yeah. So I've never had a worry or a doubt. Look, I mean, let me get my pride out here for a second. Ain't nobody gonna treat Gabrielle like I treat her. I mean,
I know that's
let's just keep it real. Nobody's doing for Gabrielle. Exactly. Ain't nobody doing for Gabrielle what I do for her or what I would do for her. So at the end of the day, I'm not worried about that. Yeah. So I don't have a reason to be jealous, because I know I'm holding up my end of being a man. Like, I'm being a man, and sometimes people are jealous because maybe they're not doing what they're supposed to do or whatever. But for me, no, I've met her exes, so like for me, I'm not talking to none of them that he's never. Like I said, if I feel disrespected or something, then I would let them know, and I would let her know. But it's been nothing but we'll get congrats. I mean, we'll get so happy for you guys. Like it's nothing but love. And that's what it should be. That's what the world needs more of, is love, right? So I guess to answer the question, I don't feel like it's cheating, but it also depends on the conversation. Exactly. So because it could be seen as cheating. Well, if you guys are talking about anything now, first of all, if you're talking behind your current relationships back, then that's a problem. That's a problem. Mm-hmm. So as long as you're upfront and honest and say, hey, my ex, every once in a while he'll hit me up or she'll hit me up and just see how we're doing, and it should be we're doing, because they should know clearly that you are in a relationship, right? And as long as your significant other is okay with that, awesome. That's all gravy, right? But that also means when you guys are speaking, if there's even a borderline communication that is inappropriate, then you need to cut it off. Something that you wouldn't tell your significant other that you talked about. That's wrong. Yeah, that is definitely wrong. If you're having private conversations and you don't even let them know that you're talking to your exes, that's wrong. To me, that's cheating, because what's the big deal? Why are you hiding? Why are you hiding? What are you hiding? What are you talking about that you don't feel comfortable sharing with me? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like it really depends on what the conversation is about. Yeah. When the conversation is happening. I mean, because there's certain things that are just disrespectful. Like, ain't no ex about to be calling in the middle of the night. Like, that's just not okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be respectful of your relationship. They have to be respectful of the relationship as well. No way an ex should ever trump your current relationship. Absolutely not. Never. Yeah, like, never. So when you crossing those lines, I feel like that's when it becomes cheating. It becomes wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Like, if you don't feel comfortable telling your spouse about it, then something's not right, or your significant other. Like, to me, that's when it's cheating, or something that's like, ooh, I'm probably not going to tell him that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and then especially, we don't even have to talk about the physical touch. The only physical touch that ever should happen between exes when you're in a relationship is if you guys are all in one place and say, you know, like we've been to a place and like we see her ex, the rapper or whatever, you know, and he'll come up and say, "What's up, Chad?" You know,
we might like hug or something
give
like
some
that,
dap or whatever, and then he'll give her a hug.
Yeah, but
that's fine.
It's that one arm joint too.
It's that one arm. Yeah,
it ain't the full embrace.
Yeah, exactly. Smell your neck embrace.
Yeah,
like,
we're not doing that. We're
but
not doing that.
That's what I mean. So it's.
Yeah.
I think that what people don't do sometimes is they don't like. I think that you should sometimes. How do you say it? Play on the side of caution, or think about think about how it could look. So if you're out,
the perception.
Yeah, perception is so everybody knows perception is very, very deep. Whether it's true or not, it can sometimes really steer a feeling in the wrong direction. So if you're out and about, or whatever, like and you give a hug and it's a long, you say you're going to give a hug, your ex wants to give you a hug, whatever, as long as it's innocent, it's like the one arm joint, whatever. Right. But if it's like a deep hug, pick you up, swing you around, like you have to think about how that looks. Right. Like whether it's innocent or not, it's
how with that,
wrong. Yeah. Right? Why would you be okay with that type of, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just no point for it, right? Yeah. So that's what I think that people have to just think about the feelings of your significant other. Yeah. And if it would and then also talk to them about, make sure that they are okay with you communicating with your exes. I mean, obviously your significant other doesn't control you, and that's important also. You don't report to them like as in you have to do everything they say. But if you're in a relationship that you want to last and have trust, then you should talk things through, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting because I'm sitting here like, I'm wondering how I would feel but I've never had to deal with this because Chad he don't talk to his exes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I wouldn't have anything to worry about anyway. No. That's just his personality. Like when you're done, you're done. Like there's nothing to talk about. So, yeah, I mean, but I don't know. Like, how would I feel if you actually had like exes that you was talking to? I mean, if you saw one or if we were out somewhere and you know what I'm saying? Like
I would I'm
sure you would introduce me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you number one all day, every day, in every situation in the world. So,
interesting.
Yeah, no, I think that, I think you'd be fine. I mean, because it all goes back to
the trust.
And, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I ain't got nothing to worry about. Like whatever. Yeah. So that's interesting. So hopefully that answers your question.
Hopefully so.
Hopefully you're not out here having secret conversations with your ex, because that would be. But I think the rest. It was part of a comment, and I feel like you said that's a debate in your household of having
That's funny.
Talking to your ex. So just make sure that it's appropriate.
So if any of y'all are listening to this together and y'all are side-eyeing each other right now, then I would ask you to communicate.
Yes. Okay.
Directly after this podcast.
Let's have a moment of truth. And be like, hey, babe.
Let's clear some stuff up.
Right.
This is how this makes me feel. Or, you know what, I want to let you know. I mean, just communicate. Communicate.
Man, I'm telling you, everything can be worked out with just communication. Man, if you just talk about some things. About it. Yeah, like, so much could be solved.
Yes.
So, yeah. We ain't doing that in this house.
Nope.
We ain't having secret conversations.
Not at all. There's no point. I mean, there's no point. There's no way that you can say that you're happy and feel secure in your relationship if you're not communicating and if you're not talking about the good stuff, but especially the bad stuff.
Right. Absolutely.
You have to talk about everything. I mean, it's difficult sometimes to say you're vulnerable or you're, or this is how I feel right now, or or
this action you did made me feel.
Yeah, it's difficult sometimes because you don't want conflict, and a lot of us are non-conflict people. Yeah. So if you like conflict and you ready to get, you ready to fight
but
like
if
day
you don't
one,
like confrontation.
But you owe it to yourself to always communicate how you feel, good and bad, and I stress good as well because your significant other also needs to know what they do to make you feel good. Yeah. Is not only what they do to make you feel bad. So I think that's
a whole other conversation. If all you're doing is expressing the bad or the wrong,
like, how do they know they're doing anything good?
Yeah.
I mean, so it's just
that's
important.
A problem.
But that's probably a whole other conversation. But hopefully that helped. I mean, I think that hopefully that answered the question.
Yeah. Which kind of brings up another thing, like, and this is another topic for another day, but like, is it okay for your spouse to have, or your significant other to have friends of the opposite sex? Like, I feel like that could kind of, that's another close topic to talk about too, because, you know, it's different for everybody.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So should we talk about that?
Yeah, let us know if we should talk about that.
But yeah, what are your thoughts on the phone conversation? Like, is it acceptable? Is it not acceptable? Let's talk about it in the comments.
Absolutely.
Tweet us. Use the hashtag Let's Make Out Podcast or the hashtag Ask Gabe and Babe. And yeah, let us know your thoughts about that.
Absolutely.
We know how we feel about it. But
we want to know how you feel.
Exactly. So we are going to do another Ask Gabe and Babe question. I feel like it's been a couple weeks since we've done one. So yeah, let's get into that. So now we gotta take a pause for the calls because I got my call.
Yeah, she gotta go. But we got the podcast part done. Now we just gotta do the Ask Gabe. I told her. She was sitting over here all booty tooty.
Booty tooty.
She's all over here all Rudy tooty. Booty tooty.
So yeah. So now you got to look through these joints and have the question when I get done, so we can just hit it, okay?
Let's just get right into the question. It's from Catherine. So shout out to you, Catherine.
Shout out.
So it says, "Hey Gabe and Babe, I've been struggling with this for years. I find myself attracted to men much older than me. I'm an adult, so I don't see anything wrong with that. But I'm afraid my family will reject him if I bring home. Will reject if I bring home a guy twice my age or something.
Oh, okay.
Ever since I was younger, I was never attracted to men my age. What do you think I should do? Thanks so much."
All right, Catherine.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here.
Let's see.
Girl, date who you want to date. I mean, that's the short answer.
If you're an adult, I mean.
And you did not give us your age, so.
Reagan apparently has something to say about this.
Right. You did not give us your age, but you said I'm an adult. So you could be 18, you could be 21.
What is
you could be 25.
Yeah,
I don't know what an
we don't know
adult.
what that means.
I mean, I can understand if you were a young adult, like 18.
So you were 18, you brought home a 50-year-old.
I can see that.
I would possibly.
I would have a
let's
huge
see.
problem with that.
Let's see what's up with this.
Yes, but you didn't give us your age, so I mean, I don't know. If you're an adult, if you're in your upper 20s, 30s, if you want somebody older, go for that. I mean, I can understand though, still as a mom, how I would be concerned.
Yeah.
If my child brought home someone significantly older.
Absolutely. I mean, and then as a father, the same thing. Like, I mean, if Chad brought home a woman that was half his age, I would have an issue with the same. I would kind of like, well,
older than him, not half his age.
Well, no, as him being, I mean, I'm putting it in the same like context if she brought home a man.
Oh, if he was much older.
Exactly. So if he was much older and he brought home a woman that was half his age,
it's like, what's the intention?
I would ask the same question to him. I mean, as a father, and then obviously with Reagan, if she brought home a guy that was twice her age, I would be like, oh, what's what's the dynamics of this relationship? You know, and I would be very interested. And who knows from there? But I mean, we would definitely have some questions.
There will be some cause for concern.
And I think that is just expected. And hopefully your parents will, there might be some rejection at the beginning. There might be something where they're just like, that's not gonna work. No. But that's where the communication, you talk to them, you explain to them why you like this person, or why you're in this relationship, and and who knows from there. But people are just gonna, I think, instantly protect their children. They're gonna be like, well, what's up with this,
Right, and I don't think that there means to be any like harm by that. I think that they probably just want the best for you, or they may feel like maybe you would be better suited with someone around your age range, or maybe not so significantly older.
It's understandable for
but,
sure.
But you're gonna like who you're gonna like. You're gonna fall in love with who you're gonna fall in love with, and if you are happy, truly, genuinely happy, then whatever their rejections are shouldn't matter to you, or you should be able to work through them, or they should be able to respect that. But if you feel like you're going to get rejected because you also feel like, okay, maybe he is a bit too old, then that's something.
So you should look at internally.
Yourself. Exactly. Like, what are you gaining from this relationship? Okay, maybe you do like older guys, but do you want to get married? Is he in a position where he can get married and give you, a family if that's what you want? If that's not what you want, then hey, but those are all things to think about when you are dating someone. Like, because age does play a factor. I mean, granted, men having kids until they 99 years old, but still, like, what type of a life would that be for you if you have a future with this person, if you go forward? But this is all, what is this? This is all like speculating because we don't know how old you are.
Yeah, we don't know.
You could be 35.
Yeah,
if you want to date somebody 50, go for it.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know. So it's like, I think what I would just say, to add like opinion wise is just when you like what you like, right? And that's okay. Everybody has the right to be attracted to whoever they're attracted to. I think that what you should do, though, especially when there's circumstances that are out of, so if you're both the same age, both on the same level, you still should be looking at how you guys are going to progress and where the relationship is going to go and where do you want it to go. Well, you should definitely do that if there's this huge age discrepancy, right? Because like Gabriel said, if this person is twice your age, you're 20 years old and they're 40, 45 years old. What is their mentality going into the relationship? What do they want out of this relationship? And what do you? Where do you see yourself being, in a relationship? And where do they see themselves? If it doesn't line up, I don't care what the age is. You shouldn't even pursue it.
And
we're all guilty of that.
Yes.
In past relationships where we just get in a relationship for the wrong reason and don't necessarily think about the long-term goal of the relationship. And I think that especially when there's some kind of big discrepancy like that, you should definitely look at that.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion, though.
No, that's key. Hopefully, this helps. I mean, like, if you're grown, nobody can tell you what to do, but just make sure that you know what you're doing for you,
Absolutely.
and you're okay with it. You're prepared for what could be a conflict, or just how to proceed with a significant age difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thanks for sending in your question. Hopefully that helped. You guys, when you send us your questions, try to give us as much detail as possible. Like, I know it's difficult.
And you can do an anonymous name. It doesn't even have to. If you really want us to answer the question as thoroughly as we will try, we need as much information as we can get, right?
Right. But, hopefully that helped you. If you have any questions to send, you can email us at letsmakeoutpodcast@gmail.com. Put the hashtag Ask Gabe and Babe in the subject line so that we know it's a question you want us to talk about on the podcast.
That's right.
Yeah. So I think that's it.
Thank you so much again for listening. Hopefully this was a good podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got something from it. Again, we told you all the ways to check us out. Easiest one is just go to GabeBabeTV.com. If you're on iTunes, you can actually look in the notes below and you'll be able to see the website there. Or anything else that we might talk about during the podcast. If you're on iTunes, make sure you review, rate, give us the 5-star, and continue to support us there. We really, really are so excited about what you guys feedback.
Yeah,
we
definitely appreciate it. So until next time, guys, have a good one.
That's right. Deuces.
Bye. Deuces.
He had to come up and say
goodbye
to you guys.
That's right. So.
Reagan had to join us too. She was getting fussy. She's like, I want to be in the podcast too, Shop.
She was in the last one. This is our second one now.
I know, right?
So hopefully y'all enjoyed. Again, leave us some feedback down below. In the so fun. Any of the questions or ideas we asked you for, as far as like what you asked them about something about what would you do in that situation? I can't remember what it was, but
I don't remember.
It's down. You know what it is. If you watch, you've already seen it.
I think it's just keep the conversation going.
Yeah, keep the conversation
going. Let us know
going.
your thoughts. Yeah.
And make sure you thumbs up.
Yes, we
make sure you
have
subscribe. Tell everybody you know, and we'll see you next time. Deuces.
Bye. See your alligator.